Tantor Audio, a division of Recorded Books, presents The New Black Woman, Loves Herself, Has Boundaries, and Heals Every Day, by Marita Golden, narrated by Malaika Cooper. Introduction. Black women are in the midst of a revolution, a seismic shift, a radical reformation of thought and action about their health and well-being and the idea of being well. I see the signs everywhere. I see it in the increasing numbers of Black women seeking professional mental health care, walking and exercising regularly, and taking action to address disproportionately high chronic threats to their health, like obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. The last decade has witnessed a long overdue flowering of Black women's engagement with self-care and self-love. The legacy of the COVID pandemic has made public discussion of these issues acceptable and urgent. This revolution takes form and shape against a chilling and challenging backdrop. Mass shootings and police violence are now normalized. Our healthcare system is broken even as more people gain coverage. Income inequality increases annually. We are grappling with the impact of social media on our psyches and our lives. This revolution is happening even as too many, including myself, feel like our country is experiencing a psychotic break. And so, health, physical and mental, the strength and resilience of our souls and spirits are subjects that we all own and that must concern us all. This revolution is creating a new type of Black woman. I call her the New Black Woman. She is 23, 45, and 70, and she is the inheritor of a decade or more of activism, scholarship, research, community, and public discourse about the challenges Black women face in maintaining health and vibrant spirits. Today's New Black Woman listened when Michelle Obama initiated a national discussion about mental health. She has seen the real-life positive effect of meeting head-on health and mental health challenges, leading the way to healing and bringing friends and family along with her. Today's New Black Woman is pressing to change the American medical system's generations-old racism, whether the issue of Black maternal care or the need to simply hear Black women's testimony about their health. She is not fearful. She is in charge. The health statistics that seem to doom Black women to early death spur today's New Black Women to discuss life, living, and dying with family and friends easily and openly. Today's New Black Woman takes time and makes time for herself without apology or the need to explain or seek permission. This book is a meditation on the practices and beliefs about mental and physical health, as well as spiritual well-being, that have been the foundation of my life for most of my life. This is a book about how each day I learn anew how to honor myself. I honor myself. Honor yourself. That is a radical idea in the Black community, even against the backdrop of the sexual revolution, feminism, a Black First Lady, a Black female Vice President, Black female astronauts and surgeons. The idea that Black women have the right and the duty to honor themselves remains incomprehensible to many men and women in our families. The 3 pillars of health for me are a deep and enduring relationship with myself and my spirit, my inner Marita, being willing to say yes to what affirms and celebrates me and no to what can harm me, and treating my body with love, respect, and constant care. So many readers asked me, after the publication of The Strong Black Woman, to write more about my personal practices. The New Black Woman is my response and my gift to those readers and to you. Who We Used to Be. The Strong Black Woman. The strong Black woman possesses infinite physical and emotional energy and willingly sacrifices her personal well-being for the good of her family and community. She can take anything, do anything. She is a rock. This cruel and dangerous belief, an adaptation to the experience of generations of enslavement, still reigns in the minds of many Black women. But we now have conclusive evidence of the high and sometimes deadly costs of allegiance to an idea that demands so much. I am a member of the first cross-generational group of Black women saying aloud what our mothers and grandmothers often knew but silenced or censored. The strong Black woman complex kills the soul, the spirit, and even the bodies of Black women. The strong Black woman lives on emotional lockdown, muting the expression of fear, uncertainty, and self-doubt. Relationships with family and friends, and most importantly, with herself, are corrupt and often deeply unsatisfying as she wears the strong woman mask. Her health suffers as she refuses to tend to her physical and mental needs. The needs of everyone else come first. Black women are the most neglected women in America. They are neglected by their families, and they neglect themselves. Audrey Chapman, family therapist. Part 1. Embracing silence as self-care. It's never been safe for Black women to show their true emotions. Often, on their jobs, they feel that they may be penalized by whites and that what they say could negatively impact other Black people. And even at home, they may not feel free to express what they feel. So Black women have to learn how to own their emotions. In the search for contentment, I ask my clients where they feel safe. Where do they feel comfortable? You should be your happy place. Can you be comfortable in your body and your mind? You should be your safe space. Your body goes with you wherever you go, so you should be in your safe space wherever you are. Fill your life with what I call pockets of joy. What can you do for yourself for 10 minutes that makes you feel good? Drink a cup of tea slowly and savor its flavors. Read a few pages of a book. Start with 10 minutes and build up to longer periods. Happy place time. Dr. Raquel Martin, clinical psychologist. I begin this book by writing about silence because I believe reconciliation with the beauty and power of our souls is the foundation for all the good we do in our lives and the world. Silence as we meditate. Silence as we pray. Silence during long walks. Silence while sitting still. Silence just because. In silence, we connect with our intuition, our inner wisdom, and the expansiveness of our hearts. And when we do that, we can set boundaries and we can care for our bodies and minds with compassion and dedication. I found myself in silence. Silence, the very idea of which provokes fear and wonder. Silence is both a mystery and an answer. There is the silence of our mother's womb. There is the silence we enter at death. Silence is a beginning and an end. I have found myself by entering silence through meditation and practicing intentional, intended hours and days of quiet and stillness. I have created a replenishing, necessary space in my life. Silence is a door that I never fully close, that I never lock, a room I enter easily and often. I love being a silent Black woman. In silence, I have met myself. That seed of my soul blossoms outside the shadow of family, friends, enemies, white folks, fear, racism, the race, and the demons of should, could, and would. This self, this spirit, This autonomous yet integral me is the most important part of my self. This is a self that many of us never meet. Black women are conditioned, raised, and told to be outer directed, to accomplish, to do, for themselves and the greater good of our people. We carry ourselves, our families, and the larger racial family on our shoulders as we cross the finish line. The 40-plus years during which I have developed a vibrant, even passionate practice of silence and in which I have allowed myself to hear and to feel have been enormously creative and productive. Years during which I integrated the precious inner self into my outer self. The inner self no one sees, but that is part of my beating heart, allows me to shape my life rather than receive it like a blueprint from others. Silence has been a cradle of stillness, an incubator for the language I need to live a life of my choosing, and a place where I fell in love with my soul and my body. I began practicing meditation in my early 20s, initially becoming a practitioner and devotee of transcendental meditation, developed by the Indian spiritual figure Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. The practice involves the use of a private mantra and is practiced for 20 minutes twice a day while sitting comfortably with one's eyes closed. I regularly experienced relaxation and inner calm and began to try to weave those emotions more frequently into the fabric of my life as I lived it day to day in real time. I felt more creative and efficient and slept better. As my interest in various forms of meditation grew, I began reading more about the work of the Vietnamese Buddhist monk Thich Nhat Hanh and his mindfulness meditation practices, which focused on becoming aware of your breath and living in the present moment. Practicing meditation and exploring this new spiritual world increased my longing for ways that I could actively counter the anxiety and obsessive thinking about the past, my mistakes, and the future that so often derailed contentment. Until I began this continuing journey, I had no concept of joy or peace or contentment that was not connected to achievement or material gain. I was a fiction writer who persistently used my imagination, yet could not have imagined that I would discover my life as inherently a repository of the miraculous, the seat of bountiful spiritual blessings that I could reveal easily and naturally. Like many of us, I have had a complicated relationship with the idea of silence. The idea of being silent is distinctly different from wanting the environment around us to be silent. Many of us are frightened by silence for many reasons. We don't know ourselves and fear that silence will incite recurring fearful thoughts we have yet to master. We live in a society that discourages silence and alone time. We have to be busy, working or accomplishing something, and we see being silent as unproductive and a waste of time. We are suspicious of people who want to be alone and don't always need to be out with the crowd. Practicing meditation chipped away at any residual negative feelings I had about silence, because in meditation, that's what I was, silent. The idea of practicing longer periods of silence was inspired by a boyfriend whom I was living with. Our relationship was stormy. It was the kind of relationship in which I think we both felt trapped rather than freed by our feelings for each other. Despite loving this man, I never felt that I knew him, a red flag I was blind to for too long. We lived together, and there were days when he would practice silence in the apartment, with me yet apart, entering a world where he sought, I think, healing and replenishment. I meditated. He practiced periods of silence. None of that saved our relationship. Several years later, content and married to another man, I had become a published author of several books. There was the mysterious yet fulfilling world in which I created my books. Then there was the other world of selling my books, praying for good reviews of my books, and trying to slay the green-eyed monster of jealousy if a fellow writer experienced recognition, material success, awards, and great reviews that exceeded my experience. After an awful review of one of my books in my hometown newspaper, the Washington Post, I became depressed. Depression is not an indelible part of my makeup, and after 2 days, I knew that I had to create a way to overcome these new demons. I was a writer. I was going to write. But I could not live as a writer, riddled with the anxiety that had come to be associated with having my work enter the public sphere, which is exactly where I wanted it to be. My meditation practice didn't feel sufficient to go to this new place and space that I longed for. Then I recalled my former boyfriend's practice. He had needed therapy, another practice I had adopted, in addition to those periods of silence. Yet I remembered that he often came out of those periods of silence in some ways more emotionally accessible. I wanted to find joy not only in writing my books but in launching them into the world and being a member of the writing community, a community that so often fueled and fanned and encouraged the toxic emotions I was feeling. I began spending weekends in silence at Pendle Hill, a Quaker retreat center outside of Philadelphia. I was only 45 minutes from Philadelphia in Wallingford, Pennsylvania, yet on the 23-acre campus I felt I was in another world. During my first weekend silent retreat at Pendle Hill, I learned that silence is so many things. Silence is calm and soothing, but it is also active and dynamic. The energy that I would have expended in talking and expressing the emotions that accompany conversations found a resting and a nesting place within me. As I took long walks around the campus, joined the group for short periods of meditation, ate with the group in silence, napped in my room, journaled, read, and actively tried to harness a contemplative mindset, I was blessedly relieved of the sound of my voice. Silence introduced me to what I often overlook or ignore: how my body moves, the rhythm of my walk, the sound of my breathing, the feel of the sun or wind on my skin. Ideas stuffed into the corners of my mind shook off the cobwebs and stepped forth. The downtime of silence always lifts me. Experiencing the respect for silence that is built into the Quaker practice and walking the woods and pathways around the campus, I got lost and I got found. Sitting in my small room, I journaled, prayed, cried, meditated, and listened to my heart. These retreats, where I was silent but actively being and listening, enlarged my soul. With the will and commitment to deeply know yourself and use that knowledge as a springboard to healing every day, it is possible to create pockets of stillness and joy in your life, no matter the circumstances of your life. You may be afraid of stillness and quiet because it is inevitably filled with memories of unhealed, unacknowledged wounds and trauma. You can't be still or quiet because that state of mind is hijacked by a past that still haunts and cripples you. You should then seek counseling or mental health support. Seek the advice of a friend who has had the experience of working on her mental health in this way. Talk to a trusted friend who never steers you wrong. Pray on it or meditate on it through the din and the noise that threatens to capsize the yearning for peace of mind, and your heart will show you the way. You're a single mother, a woman working 3 jobs, a stressed-out executive, or a woman in a relationship with a partner who you feel neither recognizes nor supports your deepest emotional needs. Or you're just feeling increasingly overwhelmed. It's time to get real. It's time to get honest, first with yourself and then with others. Once you recognize that you need downtime, me time, quiet time, share that with those closest to you. This is not an admission of weakness or failure, but the first step in becoming more healthy, more loving of yourself and others, and in all the ways that matter to you, more powerful. Let all these folks know that this is your new project, a project that you need their support to complete, and you complete it every day. This is a joy project, a life-saving project. They don't have to understand you, just support you. And if they can't support you, you can be all the support you need. Ask a friend or family member to care for your child or children so you can have downtime. You're not running an errand. You're not doing something. You have a date with yourself. Promise to do the same for them when they need the same. Many days I wake up and tell my husband I am taking a me day. Maybe I will choose to be silent for much of the day. Maybe I will treat myself to a movie and lunch or a museum alone. This has been an integral part of our 30-plus year marriage since the beginning of our union, and Joe is neither threatened nor confused by my me days. He relishes the results of my downtime. When I'm out of the house, he can play his music and play the piano as loud as he wants. While I'm thinking my thoughts and connecting with my soul, he is indirectly doing the same. And he has a happy wife. Start your day 10 minutes, or half an hour early, and just be quiet and still before your feet hit the floor. You can use the time to plan your day, or you can use the time to simply breathe in and out and let your mind go wherever. If you need to spend more time away from your friends, hanging out and partying less, talk to your friends about this. Let them know that you are not rejecting them, but trying to find new ways to be yourself. And sometimes that means being by yourself. You may find that your desire echoes the unexpressed needs of your friends as well. Be specific in your ask. Do you need your partner to take over more of the household chores so you can have more chill time when you come home from work? Say that. Would you like your partner to go for a walk with you? Ask that. If your living space is small, put a Do Not Disturb sign on the door or a room you have chosen for your pockets of stillness and quiet. You have the right to do that. Walk with your friends, but also walk alone so that you can look at the trees, hear yourself think, and really look at the sky. Walk without your earbuds. Instead of listening to someone else's story, listen to your own. Being in nature and not doing anything reduces stress and improves mood. If there are no parks or trees in your community, find an area where they are and go there often. If you do not feel safe walking in your community, research recreation centers or walking paths in other neighborhoods. Find ways in the middle of the day to slow down and be still for 5 or 10 minutes. Even a 5-minute break, especially done more than once, can have a powerful and positive impact on mind-body health. Many workplaces will allow employees to take a 5 to 20-minute smoke break. 5 to 20 minutes to ingest toxins? In an increasing number of professional settings, employers have introduced nap rooms that can be used for midday breaks. Take and make your own break. Download a meditation or calming app on your phone. Start email-free days. Turn your phone off. Curate what you consume on social media, in films, TV, and streaming. The relentless cops killing black people or crazed Walmart employee massacres coworkers videos are images I avoid. I can't block out all the news. I don't even want to, but I can control how much I consume and decide that I don't have to watch murder and mayhem on repeat. That small decision is a big decision that supports my emotional equilibrium. For me, all of this is about joy. Joy. I guard my joy with my life, and I sustain it with my practices. I don't let anyone threaten it. If they do, then something has to change. My joy is not being happy because of anything that has happened. It is a state of mind that I work hard to infuse into my life. It ain't easy. I practice it every day. I have yet to master it, but I practice it. I practice it when, during my morning meditation, I visualize people in my life, including myself, my family and friends, and especially those who provide me with the most frequent spiritual growth opportunities, all gathered in an open field beneath a spring shower. In this visualization, the raindrops are huge, and inside each raindrop, I can see the word love. All of our faces are poised skyward, and we are laughing in amazement and joy. I give myself and those in my life a love bath. The image of that shower of affection and grace makes me smile and laugh, and it helps me through my day. This acts as my energy. It's like the Serenity Prayer 5.0. Quiet, stillness, me time, and meditation, again and again, give me back to myself. Give me a better version of myself. I love myself when I am quiet. I love myself when I am still. Silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. Listen to silence. It has so much to say. Rumi. Part 2. Say hello to yourself. Caring for myself is not self-indulgence. It is self-preservation, and that is an act of political warfare. Audre Lorde. In the silence, you meet yourself, your secret self, your sister self. You meet her in a way that is deeply personal and restorative because you are meeting her alone. In the silence, in meditation, in taking long walks alone, you get to hear her voice. You get to hear her voice, which is your voice, and it sharpens your intuition, it sharpens your knowing, and it sharpens your ability to know what you need to know. Hearing this voice sharpens your ability to know what you need to do. We often look far and wide, seeking answers outside ourselves, but we know the answers. We are just not ready to embrace them, reveal them, and hold on to them. We fear rousing the answers into powerful wakefulness. My years of engaging in contemplative practices have made me smarter and more emotionally intelligent. Our feelings are a form of intelligence, and yet I know I must habitually practice this form of emotional self-care. I wash my face, I brush my teeth, I am mindful, I say hello to me. Each day I am slaying my demons, battling my doubts. I am adequately armed, but I still have obsessive, irrelevant, and sometimes fearful thoughts. But I meet them head on. I take back my mind. So, say hello to yourself. It takes time and dedication, but learning how to see the small things outside us and inside of us allows us to see and feel and understand everything around us and gives us the courage to grow. Your inner sister is a reflection of you. Water her like a flower. Water her through acts of self-support, self-discovery, and self-imposed rest and relaxation. Go on a date with yourself. Going inside is a miraculous journey that is surprising, and you will meet a wonderful person. A person who is braver than you could have imagined, more tender and surprising and beautiful than you were prepared for. Don't be afraid. Her radiance will not harm you. It will merely lift you onto the shores of your private heaven. Secrets to a long and happy life. Move naturally and regularly. Exercise. Find your life's purpose. Relax and relieve stress. Build a social network. Have faith. Love your body and care for it. Recognize.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?